I'll be having some technical difficulties here because I'm not seeing anything come through on anything else. Same as always, guys, like we'll just wait a minute, make sure everything's working. Just jump ahead a couple of minutes if you watch this video right now. Alright, looks like it's still working for us. Everything's looking hunky-dory. Make sure that's good to go. Alright. Alright, I think it's all good to go, guys. Make sure that that's alright. If you have any questions pertaining, this is more so for anyone working in especially the contracting field. So that's who this video is for. If you have any questions about how to quote for jobs, like specific jobs, it's definitely not the right video for you. This video is on how you set up a quote template. That's the whole purpose of this one. I'm going to show you, I'm going to give you access and I'm going to show you how to like create something around this sheet that I've created. So it's going to be pretty informative. How to set up a quote template. I'm going to show you the exact one that I've set up behind me right here. It has all of these awesome things, including a client proposal. It has that built into it, and that's the benefit of it. So who am I? I'm Ronald Osborne, award-winning international business coach. Now, I've helped dozens and dozens and dozens, hundreds at this stage of contractors, clinic owners, whether it be dentists, attorneys, whatever it may be. I've helped them. Today, I'm going to show you exactly how to create a nice quote template, all right, and how you can use one yourself. The easiest way you get this is there'll be a link in this video description. Go over to that. If you don't have the link, come over to my website, so ronaldosborne.org. Go to this one right here, 15 free business checklists, all right? This is going to take you over to this. This is where you get the free contractor quote template from, and you get access to all of these as well. Maybe you want to have fix up your cash flows. Maybe you want to generate some clients. Maybe you want to be a little bit cheeky and see what competitors are saying about your or competitors' clients are saying about their business and your business. You can use this tool right here. All of these you get for free when you click that link. And again, there's a lot more here, as you can see. All of that for free. So I'm going to walk you through the actual template of this this quote template I've already made. Now, you can start here and you can start to understand a few things. Now, this is made for the American and the Australian Western world market. So I work with a lot of Yanks. I work with a lot of Aussies. All around the world, I work with a lot of people. So I work with tons and tons of people, and I built this to accommodate everyone. Now, at the end of it, you're going to see that this will be basically populated out. You have a nice job profitability. This is something that's very, very important. This tab is super important. If you're a contractor and you're doing a job, let's say you're new to this, you're probably here because one, you've started to quote up a lot of your own jobs and you're like, this is getting tedious. I need to build something reliable. I'm going to show you this. But this is a super important tab that you need. All right, the job profitability. It pulls in all of the data from the quote builder and it shows you if you've actually made money or lost money. So once you've finished your job, you're going to put the information of how much money you actually got for this, how much it actually cost you. And in here, it's going to show you if you've made money or you've lost money. That's something that I love about this template. This quote template is fantastic. So the way this works, start here on materials. All right, start here. Now, the reason you want to start here and not start anywhere else is because we can worry about the taxes, we can worry about everything else and all of this extra stuff later on. Maybe you want no sales tax, maybe you want to jump that up more in Florida. So for Fort Lauderdale, Florida, where I'm based out of, my main company is based out of, there's a percentage on the things that we do. Now, for you Aussies out there, you might not need to worry about it in this way. But just as an example, I want to leave this on here in case you are American. You can see how I use it. But Aussies, don't worry, you get to turn it off very easily. We need to start with materials. So as you can see here, I've got item codes. The item, the description, the unit cost, and the markup. Now, some people might sit there and say, why do you put a markup on something in here? The reason for this is because when I build my client proposal, I don't want them seeing my markup, okay? I don't want them to sit there and just do the old thing that everyone does. Okay, this cost me $100. I'm going to charge, okay, it's going to be $1,000 for this whole job. Put an extra 20% on it, $1,200. Doing that approach isn't great. And the reason for that is if you've got someone that's trying to nickel and dime you, when you need to build line items like this, if they can actually see, well, you're getting it for, as an example, let's just say you're getting it for $600. But then when they add the total up the top, they sit there and say, wait a minute, this isn't $600. It adds up to 20% that you've snuck in elsewhere. That's why I don't advise that you actually do that. You have to have it set up where it's built into the material cost on this sheet. It's going to be a lot easier for you. And then if people want to pick your line items, you get to argue with them and just go, hey, all right, we can decrease it here, we can decrease it there. But what this does is it saves you doing a lot of manual input then too, because you're going to be sitting there going, maybe I can charge a bit more on the nails than I can on the glue, as an example. So, and the way this works, it's super simple, guys. So let's just say you want to put in a material. So let's just say we're going to put in a 20 kilo bag of cement. Now, it doesn't need to be written as MAT, but I like it as MAT. We're going to make it, what are we up to now? I'm just going to do 009, okay? I'm going to put in a bag of cement. And we're going to put 20 kg bag. All right. So, and then we can put the unit, whatever it is, bag, we can put 20 kilos. The unit cost, so how much that's actually going to cost us. So as an example, my bad. Sorry guys, I was on the wrong tab. So as an example, the unit cost for that, I don't know what it is now. Let's say $25. It's probably not right, but let's just say $25. Then we can put on, as an example, the markup. Now, when it comes to marking up for a quote, I would suggest that you're marking it up no less than like 15%. So when it comes to the percentages, just put a point and then you could do 1.5. Now that's going to be 15%, okay? If you want to mark it up as higher, so you want it to be 30%, no worries. There you go. That's how you can mark it up. Now, when we come to the quote builder, as an example, you don't want to touch anything in these columns, all right? So when you come to this quote builder, you got to go material, 009, and watch the magic happen. Boom. So you can see cement, 20 kilo bag. Now, anywhere that there's yellow, you get to fill in. So you get to put in this information. How many bags of cement are we going to need? Well, we're going to need, let's just say 15 of them. That's where you input that information in. Now you can see that information right here is being carried across. Now, if you want there to be tax, this is why I built this for my Australian audience, my American audience. If you want it taxed, hit yes. It'll do it at the tax rate that you've set. If you want no tax, delete that off. No. Done. So wherever you are in the world, this free template, this contractor quote template, mate, you can use it for any setup. Nice and simple. And adjustments can be made very easily. So again, as an example, you've got the nails. I've just got nails on here. You can easily come up here and just change it to whatever you want it to be. And again, with the taxes, you can change it to whatever it is. You can see that our markup has been incorporated in this. Now, don't stress when you do the client transfer across, the client proposal, sorry, that does not carry across. So they don't actually see your markups. Only you see your markup. So you can sit there and go, okay, well, how much is this actually going to be as a total? Now, the beautiful thing is you can scroll up here and this will start calculating everything for you as well. So with this quote template builder, it's very, very easy to do. So when you're setting up a quote template, it's super simple. The other thing that you can do is the labor. All right. So this quote template has labor built into it as well. And I'll show you how to set that up. It's not hard at all. All right, so you come down here, you go roll. It can be whatever you want. I don't know, maybe you're just going to have plumber. Actually, we'll do me. All right, we'll do manager. And then we can put description, site manager, if you want. And then as an example, you can put the rate for the site manager, so $55. Now, if you want to put a markup in here, you can, but you don't need to. Again, the option is available for you, whether you want to go extreme with it or not. But just zero, boom, enter. Now, if you come back over to the quote builder, so again, this is how you set it up. So if I go into this spot right here and go manager, hit enter, boom, site manager. Now, I will color this so you guys don't get confused. That should be colored like this. Now, as an example, you can see, boom, it's already populated my rate, everything there. So if I immediately go, site manager's going to need to be on site for this job for maybe 15 hours. Boom, hit that, immediately it carries across. Okay. Now with the tax, again, if you want to set up tax, you can set up the tax on this. So you can set up the tax and the non-tax. I'll get into the tax later on, but it's super, like it's ridiculously easy to set up. Okay, so it's not hard at all. Now, if you'll notice, this is actually increased as well. So this shows our labor rate and the materials rate as well. All right, so you can look at the tax rates, you can look at the labor rates. This is why this quote template is just something really special. And again, it's free. And now the other thing I'd like to show you that's really handy, like yes, you've got all of these extra tabs like actuals. You can use this if you want to lodge every single, all right, it was actually this. Now, would I suggest that? If you've got the time and the resources and it doesn't eat into actually getting work done that pays your bills, absolutely, go nuts for it. But if this is unnecessary, don't use it. But I've built one there for you just in case you want to use it, because some people do want to have an actual. Some people are very particular with that. I'm not personally, because I'd rather get the job done, make sure the team's paid, everything's done right. But you need the job profitability sheet. As long as you're filling out this where it's yellow, you'll be fine. You don't need to be worrying too much about anything else. Now, jobs log as well, you can input information on here on the job. All right, so you can set up the margins, you can set up everything as well that you want in here. So you can lodge all of your jobs. You can have literally a data entry of every single job that you've done. So then that way you can track it a lot easier. This is handy if you're going to do a lot, but to be honest, guys, have a different sheet for that. Like if you're quoting a lot of jobs, have a master sheet, you know, where you've got your quote number and you've got the date, you've got the estimates, you've got the remittance amount, you've got all of this on it. I will, if you want one of those sheets, I can actually build one of those sheets for everyone. Just let me know in the chat, and by the end of this video, if that's the case, I'll throw it up there. But yeah, there's a lot of things that you can do additionally. But the most powerful thing is the client proposal. All right. You can just put in your business name in here, or you can do it in the settings. The settings, I believe, is actually where it's best. Ronald Osborne Coaching. Let's have a look. Yeah, that's it. Go to the settings. The settings is the thing that controls, the settings tab is the thing that controls all of your taxes. All right. But like I said, this is only really relevant to the Yanks. Not so much the Aussies. The Aussies, obviously, we need to put on the GST amount. But with the Yanks, the sales tax, each state's different. Each item is different. So, that's why it's quite flexible in here. But yeah, just edit everything on the settings tab and that'll change it across the whole sheet globally. So as an example, in the client proposal, this is what they see. Remember how I was saying that I don't want you to add 20% because it's kind of pointless and it's very easy to identify someone who's done quoting. So like I've worked with the Australian government. I've done all of these things. I've worked with the biggest and the smallest organizations out there. And when it comes to actually quoting jobs, you find that the bigger the fish, the more pedantic on jobs they are, the more information that they require, and the more they'll tear it apart if it's not laid out like this. If you had it where it was just this and this and this, and then you mark up, like I said, you try to sneak in that extra 20%, oh man, they come for you. They don't like it. They really don't like it. They'll go, the 20 bags of cement, Ronnie, why are you charging me so much money when instead of it being, as an example, like I've got the unit price here at $32, why are you not charging me 25? Like if you have 25 here and then the total here is actually different to what the total is up here, they see through that straight away. You'd actually be amazed how many contractors I work with that go, okay, well, this is how much it's going to cost me if it's at the 25 rate. All right, it's going to cost me this much money. I'm just going to say to the client, extra 20% on top, 25, 30% on top. It hurts you in the long run. It doesn't actually help you. So it's just something to be aware of. But I would not recommend that at all. Like stay right away from doing that when you're quoting your jobs. You've got your sales tax and everything on here. And the way you make this template look super pretty is go file. All right. Go I'm supposed to out for a second. I think it's download. Yeah, download PDF. That's it. Sorry, boys. It's been a long day. So you can see right here, this is how it's going to look to the client. Obviously, this is going to be snippered out, like this blue line here. But you can see this is a bit more professional. So you can actually send this to the client as well. You can see, hey, we're saying that the site manager is going to be on site for this many hours. This is what we believe. This is what we're charging him out. Here's your total cost. All right. That's why this is so good. That's why this quote template is just so fantastic. And you don't need to be too dramatic in setting this up. Like it's very straightforward. Edit where there is the yellow color. We want to cancel that. I'm going to change this to the different yellow just so no one gets confused. Boom. Don't change that yellow. That's just a nice bit of attention grabbing for you. But that's what you can do. Like this is how that's how to set up a quote template. Like I said, if you're a contractor and you want help, whether it be maybe building these types of things, maybe you're looking to hire employees, maybe you're just looking to get more leads and you want help with that, reach out to me. All right. Book a free 15-minute discovery call. Free 15 minutes. We'll just talk about your problems. Tell me what they are. And if I have a solution for you, I'll tell you what it is. If I don't have a solution for you, I'm going to say, go chat with this guy. Go chat with that person over there. It's going to be super straightforward for you. You are going to get answers, but I'm going to put you on the right direction. And again, it's free. If you want to have a longer chat with me, I do charge $150 an hour. Book one of those calls if you want. We can have a chat. We can talk about the problems that are facing your organization and where you need help. Like I said, I built my own multi-million-dollar infrastructure company before I did and help anyone else build their companies. I like that approach when it comes to business coaching. I like people that have had skin in the game or still have skin in the game. And I still build companies to this day. my own companies, not just my clients. So if you need help there, remember you get access to all of these free checklists. Everything. If you want to see how well maybe your competitor's doing out on the internet, how many times their name is mentioned out on the internet, use this. It's a nice reputation management tool. You can also see where you are. You can see where you're found out there on the wide web. So it's pretty cool. Again, you can look for leads. You can look for leads. You can look for anything. Maybe you want some leads. Maybe you are a remodeler and you want to be out there calling more people. Go and get the client lead generator. All right. You can literally generate leads very, very quickly. It is not hard at all. And if you want to have a chat with me, join the Facebook group. Facebook group, you can ask me any questions you may have in there. Like I said, I charge $150 to chat with me for an hour. Ask me any questions in there. You're going to get me responding to you for free. Anyone that asks me questions in there definitely gets a response. Please, if you've enjoyed this video, make sure you put a like and a subscribe on it. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you now know how to set up a free quote template, so that way you just can quote more jobs and win more work. I guarantee you this will help you. And if you need a hand, reach out to me.